They have not.
Number 9, Tabitha Johnson. Number 7, Taylor Johnson. Number 4, Aaliyah Franklin. Number 3, JC Yacht. And number 8, Courtney Caldarelli.
Correct.
They're both like Courtney B. Pollock. And they come in to today's championship match with a record of 27-10. For the North, Lake Cormorant High School, Gators.
I didn't say that there's no anthem, but it looks like they're doing the starters for Lake Cormorant now. But you're right, it's 2:56 left on the score clock.
Number 3, Hannah David.
Okay, they shouldn't give those to us.
Number 7, Alex Lewis.
No, it wasn't. You did.
Number 12, Emily Justice. Number 23, Molly Baldwin. Number 25, Jamie Hope. Number 26, Taylor Hope. 32, Peyton Lewis. And your starters for the Gators. Number 5, Jasmine Starks.
Welcome here to Mississippi College as we're here at A.E. Wood Coliseum.
Number 10, Caroline Edwards.
Welcome here to Mississippi College to the A.E. Wood Coliseum as we're getting you ready for Class 2 and the Volleyball Championship.
We are here today to play Class 2 volleyball. Welcome.
And number 30, Leah Richardson. And coach is Christina Stevens. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your headgear. We ask that before the playing of our anthem that you
They're doing
consider facts and actions you might
anthem.
practice as it is played. We hope you personally will honor and respect every member of the military who has given his or her life so you are able to enjoy freedoms living in the country for which they fought. While you look at the flag, standing quietly, you are showing respect to the sacrifices they made in protecting our flag and valued way of life. Now we honor America with our national anthem.
Welcome into Mississippi College and welcome into the A.E. Wood Coliseum as we are closing in on starting up the Class II Volleyball State Championship here in the state of Mississippi. It's Long Beach, the Lady Bearcats, with a record of 27-10, taking on Lake Cormorant, the Gators, with a record of 19-17. I'm Josh Wetzel alongside my partner, Allison Burchett, as we get ready to get this one underway. And Allison, we had a dandy in the first one, a 5-set in Class 1 with OLA knocking off Lewisburg, coming back from behind. And before we talk about that, as we look at these starting lineups, you see Long Beach with Fisher, Ross, along with also Hadeen, and then Johnson, Freightman, and O'Connell in the lineup. And then turning the page and looking at Lake Cormorant. Lake Cormorant, a very, very powerful lineup of Starks, McDonald, Edwards, O'Halloran, Lau, Smith, and Richardson. And so, Allison, again, when you look back at what we had in the first one, you look at what we got now, we're expecting more of the same in terms of the best that this state has to offer in volleyball.
I expect another great match here in Class 2, very evenly matched, strong teams, especially strong in the middle. As I look across the gym, I see three-peat painted on the chest of some young men here trying to rally their Long Beach team along, so they're looking to keep success on their side of the state, whereas Lake Cormorant's hoping to bring it back to the north. So we'll see here, and I expect a great match.
A toss of the coin, and we'll see Lake Cormorant to serve to start. We'll see Jasmine Starks, the junior, getting ready to start this one underway for the Gators. Gators against the Lady Bearcats, and we're underway. A nice dig to start. We're off and running, and there's a kill right off the bat for the Bearcats, and they will get the ball in their hands with Juliana Fisher, the senior. So Fisher on the serve. Just underway first set. As the Gators control, send it back over the top.
And here's the matchup we'll be looking at all day today. Hadeen versus Brianna there in the middle. Nice block there by Brianna.
Brianna Smith and also Hadeen, two of the best physical specimens of volleyball players that you will see. They've got all the God-given gifts, and they use them to the absolute best of their ability.
They do. They've got vertical, as you can see there from Brianna Smith. We call her Bree, coming over the net on the overpass. But Hadeen, long and rangy athletic body as well. So lots of tools that God has given them.
Bree is a young lady who her numbers to get to this match were ridiculous.
They were very impressive. I was talking to my friend, Coach Edelman, for Center Hill, who they played in the North Half Championship, and he said, as the opposing coach, it was still like, she just did that. I mean, just look of amazement on his face. And certainly you want your team to do well, but he was very impressed with her North Half Championship match with 21 kills in 3 sets.
That time, Brianna tried to go deep and get it just inside the back line and couldn't do so. And so tied up at 2 as this one played at the net, gets down, and so the Gators up 1 with the serve. Back to serve this one will be Reagan McDonald. Part of the sophomore movement we've been talking about all day. This is a sport by no means senior laden. These younger players, every year, they just get better and better and better. Bree up near the net for the Gators. Trying to set it up for Hadeen. She was able to tip it over Smith that time. Now Bree going up, and another kill.
With the left hand even. She probably swings harder with her left hand than I do with my dominant right hand. That was very impressive there with her offhand.
It's getting set to send this one on its way again, McDonald. Nice dig off that near ace. Hadeen going with the different hand that time. Again, we'll see Lady Bearcats be patient. There's the libero that time, O'Connell. Up near the net. Here's where Hadeen can come in for the kill, and she does. Hadeen able to drop one in for the Lady Bearcats as Allison touched on at the top, looking for the three-peat.
And they are, and that was a great set from the setter, Juliana Fisher, to set up her killer in the middle there.
So Hadeen on the serve. As the Gators now control. Now the Bearcats. Coming from across the way, little touch by Ross. Now the Gators set it up. Bree going strong. Nice dig. That was that matchup. Bree on Hadeen. Misplayed there, unforced error. As maybe Lady Bearcats just didn't have the spacing they wanted that time.
But they didn't cover the court very well that time. Back to serve now is Bree from the opposite corner. You'll notice her coming in with a nice top spin serve here.
And she'll come in strong. Nearly got the ace and did. Nearly got a clean ace, which is very difficult.
It is very hard to do, but she brings a lot of heat to the ball and a lot of spin to it, a lot of top spin on it, so it's hard to receive if you don't get there quick enough to the ball.
Seems like, though, as well, she's got tons of control.
She really does. It's very impressive.
So here comes Bree. We'll see that athleticism, and she'll put it right over the net.
Nice play by Khadija there. It's almost on top of her head before she knew it.
Bree coming up. Checked that was actually along the back line on the side. That was actually Edwards. Played long that time by Long Beach, and so they're able to keep the ball in the hands of Brianna Smith to serve with her team now up 7-3. Smith attacking. To dig off the serve, preventing the ace. And there was
The call was 4 contacts. I guess they saw something the official did beforehand. You can only have 3 before you get it over, but the official made the call of 4 contacts there.
So there was actually probably, I guess, some sort of double contact
somewhere,
before
yes,
that we didn't see. So the 4, that shot long. Smith going to come out, rotate out, get a breather. The libero, Jasmine Starks, will come in. And on the serve now will be J.C. Yacht, the junior. Sending it over softly. Now at the net, looking for the kill, but going long that time was Tabitha Johnson. So right now, Lake Cormorant, a 9-4 advantage here in the first set. Looking strong. Checking in will be Courtney Caldarelli, the senior for Long Beach. As Lake Cormorant the serve. Nice dig. Here comes Ross.
Nice play by Khadija Ross there, finding the open spot in zone 1 where the setter typically comes out of.
And now back in is going to be Taylor Johnson. Up near the net on that front line. Here's the serve by Khadija Ross. That one goes long though. And so you see the celebration by Lake Cormorant. They get it back up 10-5.
Seeing a shot there of the coach from Lake Cormorant, Christina Stevens, a veteran coach and former player at Horn Lake High School where she won a state championship.
Carolyn Edwards served it. Gators keeping it alive. Nearly a good wall right there at the net. Long Beach taking their time. A miss hit. Unforced error by Emily O'Connell, the senior. And so Lake Cormorant extends their lead, and back on the serve, Carolyn Edwards. We're seeing some of the athleticism early paying very big dividends for the Gators.
You are. They have great tall athletes that could change direction, have quickness, and they certainly use that to their advantage.
Caldarelli that time wanted that one back right after it left her hand.
Yeah, just can't take them back though.
Long Beach now going to patiently set it up. Lob it over. The set.
A lefty.
Coming with the left hand, but getting stuffed at the net that time, Taylor Johnson. And boy, the Gators right now just clicking on all cylinders.
Very good block there from the middle on Lake Cormorant to force the timeout by Long Beach.
So Long Beach gets the timeout, gives us time in to settle into this first set. And what we're seeing right now is a Lake Cormorant team playing great at the net, using the athleticism, setting up their key players that can just get up so high and get such a steep, sharp, speedy angle on the kills that right now Long Beach is trying to settle in and find their game plan.
They are. They're making unforced errors. And I'm sure you can attribute that to nerves. They're serving out. They're hitting out. But I think as the game progresses, you'll notice the matchup between Brianna Smith and Heaton a little bit more, because both very dominant middles, but the the other players for Lake Cormorant are really stepping up and playing well too.
13-5 here in set one. As again, still with the ball in her hands, Carolyn Edwards. Edwards deep on that one. A little strong. As coming in is going to be Aaliyah Freitman, the sophomore. Coming out on her rotation will be Tabitha Johnson. Johnson deep to the back. Set up Edwards near the net. There is the block that time by Hadeen. The roof, as you call it.
Brienne was
right
up
there.
and she was ready for that. She said, "You're not going to set it through me this time."
Now here comes Freitman. Gators control. There's Hadeen again at the net. And Hadeen's dominant. Hadeen taking advantage of the matchup right now with Bree Smith, her rotation. That is really allowing the Bearcats to try to play their way back in it.
Yeah, if you can take advantage of the fact when Bree is on the bench, you can score some points. We struggled at times playing them to take advantage of that opportunity, but there was a ball on the court there. That's why the official is motioned for a replay. You never want to jeopardize an injury with the ball being close to the court. So it'll be a replay.
Again, we'll see Aaliyah Freitman, defensive specialist here, on the serve. Going high, looking for the lob over the top, trying to get it around Hadeen, and back and forth the volley goes. Long Beach goes deep again. We're seeing Caldarelli right now. When you just are so jacked up to play a game, she's had a couple that she's just had a little too much energy on.
Yeah, she's been going for it a little too much and a little bit strong out of bounds.
Here's the libero, Jasmine Starks on the serve. And there's Bree Smith back at the net, the roof.
She says, "I'm back in. Here I am." You got to know where she is at all times.
She is, because she gets up so high. She almost touches, she can almost put her tip of her fingertip over the net from her tiptoes, and that's no jumping, and she's probably got the best vertical that we'll see the entire 3 matches.
Very much so. She's amazing.
Hadeen again had it come right back to her from Smith. Hadeen tries to get it over the fingertips of Smith. Now trying to set up Smith, and Hadeen was not ready for that. Great play that time by Tanner Lau, the sophomore, catching Hadeen off guard as Hadeen was looking to get into it again with Smith and never expected that.
Right.
16-8 as his serve into the net. Bree Smith immediately turns back around to encourage her teammate. 16-9 though. Lady Gators looking good. Lady Bearcats trying to show some life here in this first set. Smith going up high. Hadeen was there. Hadeen timed her jump just a little bit better as the setup coming to Bree Smith. Smith, I think, left the floor early.
The timing factor was a little bit of an option there. Needs to wait a little bit on her jump.
Here's Smith again looking for the kill. What a great dig by Fisher. That takes guts. Hadeen now trying the soft redirect. And now this one near the line. It does go just wide. Let's go back to that dig by Fisher.
Ooh.
Fearless.
It was. A lot of kids would run away from that ball. It's like playing dodgeball. You got to get out of the way. But she hung in there and she played it up.
Here comes the serve by Lau. As we see controlling Long Beach. Miscommunication. Will they survive it? Looks like Bree has an opportunity to be set up. That's actually going to play into the favor, though, of Long Beach. Again, unforced error.
Yeah, ball handling is a little suspect on both sides of the net right now, controlling the ball. We'll see which team can get that back into play.
Is it nerves? Is it the case of people wanting somebody else to make a play?
I think so. In that instance we just saw, it was 2 girls running into each other, nobody calling the ball. A couple other times it's somebody calling the ball, it just comes off kind of funny. So you just kind of have to get your composure and get your nerves under control, and I think both of these teams will come back ready to play.
Bree going with the left hand, mixing things up. Could not get the kill as Edwards keeping it alive. That time McDonald sent it back over. Here come the Bearcats. Nice dig from the knees. This one, a free ball. Chance for Hadeen. Coming to the net. The kill is in.
And that was a hit with authority there. They got a chance with the free ball coming from Lake Cormorant, and Brienne just landed that one with authority.
Well, and that was one where everything went exactly the way that Long Beach could have wanted it. Got the free ball and was able to take advantage. On the serve, it's O'Connell. But O'Connell, an unforced error, missing that serve. And so here we go. Back on the serve is Reagan McDonald with Lake Cormorant up by 5 here. Hadeen keeping it alive. Sending it over is Freightman. Going up strong, the Gators. Long Beach recovers. Nice volley here. Going deep.
Now we're playing. It seemed to take us a little while to get into our rhythm, but we're playing volleyball now. Nice play there by Hadeen.
That time, and going up against Smith and against Emily Justice. Justice, the sophomore there that you see right at the net. And on the serve here will be Hadeen. Here's Bree going up strong to kill it away. Boy, Bree just doesn't give you an opportunity to get comfortable or to breathe.
She does not. And now she goes back to serve. Let's see if she can take that momentum with her.
Her team up 5 here in the first set. Class 2 volleyball state championship this afternoon here from Clinton. Quick hands that time by the Gators. And it pays off.
That was Leah Richardson there with the kill with the 2 hands.
And look at that smile. She knows she kind of got away with one there. She did. She just had to be smarter. She didn't have to be.
A strategic shot.
Absolutely. Good serve that time again. And again, it works away the Gators. They're up 7 and closing in on a first set point.
Nice serving here from Smith, the leader of her team.
Without question, and to come out early and send a statement just about putting that serve on the money. Coming in now, replacing her will be Reagan McDonald on the rotation. Their libero. And that one a mishit by J.C. Yatta Jr. She's one of their right hitters, and we're going to see Yacht come out. Back in will be Caldelari. Hopefully Caldelari's had a moment to watch
Maybe
from
so,
the side and
to
settle
bring
in.
her strength back in, rein it in a notch. And serving has been an issue for both teams. That's 3 in a row we've missed on serve. So I would attribute that to jitters and nerves. But I would think at this point we would start to be a little more comfortable with what we're doing.
Rachel O'Halloran that time on the miss. Still 6 points. Gators on top. Setting it up. Here's Ross. And Ross mishit it. Well, this has been 2 teams that haven't been able to seize control here.
Right now we're just looking for the team that will cut their errors. I think if you can cut your errors, you're going to win this match at this point.
Here comes Edwards. That one touched up. Hadeen will send it over. The dig. Now we'll see what the touch can happen near the net. Lady Bearcats recover. A nice play to an open spot that time. Or did it touch the antenna? They say it touched the antenna, and so that's not going to count. Now Hadeen is in disbelief. And right now, Lady Bearcats are just dumbfounded.
I agree with her. That was a great shot by Taylor Johnson with her left hand. I thought she brought it back, but apparently the linesperson saw it differently.
24-16, set point for the Gators. Gators can't get to this one, though. And we'll see the Lady Bearcats get the serve. Well, this is rally scoring, so points, as you can tell, have been tallying up a lot quicker. It's not just the ability to get points on the serve. You can get points off of the other team's errors, and that's been what has happened a lot here in set 1 for both teams.
Lake Cormorant looking to capitalize here and serve receive and put it away.
And they do. Absolutely. That was Rachel O'Halloran on the finish, and the Gators take the first set. We're going to take a break for just a moment as we will take a look at some messages from Play On Sports, the MHSAA network. Come back and take a quick instant analysis. Look at some highlights from that first set. Again, Lake Cormorant winning that first set 25-17. We'll take a break back in a moment. You're watching the MHSAA network powered by Play On Sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Back here at the A.E. Wood Coliseum on the beautiful campus of Mississippi College here in Clinton. MHSAA network coverage of the Class II Volleyball State Championship. Josh Wessel alongside Allison Burchett. First set goes the way of the Gators, 25-17. And it was definitely Bree Smith leading the way for the Gators in that first one.
Yeah, she's just dominant. She came to play, and her teammates are rallying behind her. She's hitting well, she's blocking well, serving well. She does it all for her team, and they just kind of get on her back, and they ride with her and go through it. So she's doing a great job leading her team here today.
As we're closing in on the start of this second set, instant analysis. Allison, what does Long Beach have to do very quickly?
They need to get the ball back to Hadeen in the middle and let her see what she can do and let her work around Brianna Smith and see, because I think she gets up. She's got the height advantage. I don't know if she has the vertical advantage, but it's got to be pretty close because she's a little bit taller than Brianna Smith. Just let her have a chance and see if she can score points when she's on the front row. But she's playing back row as well. As you've seen Brianna rotate out after she serves. Hadeen is staying in, and I would set her more even on the back row. Get the player the ball that you want her to have the ball.
Are there two teams anywhere in this state that are more led by their stars than the two we're watching today in Smith and Hadeen?
I think they're right up there with anybody else in the state, and I think we saw that in the first match of the day. Certainly they responded to their leaders, and even they were younger leaders. But I think they seemed to have other players that stepped in and came in and did their jobs too. But these two are just a little more dominant, I think.
This Gator team, 19-17 coming in, when they have struggled, what has made them struggle?
I think just the inexperience. They've got a lot of new players. They graduated quite a few last year, but certainly they have positions that are a little suspect, but I think that they work well with that, and they maximize their strengths, which are the middle and their defense and their serving power.
And there, I think, is the Smith effect. Hadeen not getting as close to the net, trying to play for the kill a little deeper back. It's just a tougher angle and played it long.
It is. She was set off the net, I think, to try to go around the block better. But it's harder to land that ball when you're set off the net.
An ace for the Gators as they grab the quick 2-0 lead here in the second set, taking the first set 25-17.
Nice serve from Lau there on that Cormorant.
There's Smith at the net, the roof. And they have the best celebrations we've seen so far today.
Very good cheers there. And with her was Emily Justice on the assist block. The left-handed right side player gets up pretty well too.
As again, second ace in this set so far. And the Gators looking pretty good right now.
That's Tanner Lau, the setter for Lake Cormorant with the ace.
Long Beach sends it across wide. Dominant start here for the Gators. Coach, is a timeout in order? Do the Lady Bearcats need to think about regrouping?
I think pretty soon.
Right now?
Obviously, they won the game to 5 that I like to break it down into, but I don't think you can let it go much farther here without trying to break the server's momentum a little bit.
Here comes O'Connell sending it across, and that's exactly what they needed on cue.
Very good play there from Long Beach.
Emily O'Connell, the libero, the senior, as coming into the ball game will be Kadia Ross. So here comes O'Connell. O'Connell, a very good serve, nearly an ace. Sending it across was Edwards. Hadeen able to get the kill. And that one was even touched. That was very strong.
It was. It was a decent block up from Brianna Smith there. She was just able to power it through. So good play by Hadeen.
O'Connell and the Bearcats could use a nice long serve to settle their nerves. Bree going up strong.
And blocked by Hadeen.
Yeah, very impressive. First time we've seen Smith. Again, kind of caught Smith off guard. She'd been so dominant early that was a little bit of a shock to her system. Another one by Hadeen.
Good scrappy play here from both sides.
Volleying back and forth. Bree sets it up. Edwards calls for it and flinched. Edwards that time, and Starks maybe a little too close for comfort and misplayed.
You'll notice with the change of officials, the change of things that are called and aren't called, our hands are a little bit different this time. Some double contacts being played here in this second game.
It will be now the Gators up 3 for the serve. Trying to wrestle back momentum. Long Beach has settled in a little bit better. Hadeen, the finish. And it was just wide open.
It was. The line was open, and Brianne was able to land that roll shot. Notice she got underneath and rolled her hand all over the top of the ball to make the ball drop and put topspin on it.
It's time for the star to really flex her muscle, and the ace. Looked like that time goes the opposite hand as she set it up to, and the Gators got caught.
Yeah, it was a good seam serve between the libero and the left back there. And she goes there again.
Yeah, go back to the same spot until they stop it. Bearcats keep it alive.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Going high, Edwards mistimed her jump, and the Bearcats come back to tie.
Very nice block again there by Ross.
You could see Edwards ready to get up and couldn't leave her feet like she wanted to, and it's a couple of times now that the Gators have misplayed. That
Another
one
ace.
On the line.
Very nicely done.
So Hadeen is providing the exact rally that her team needed. Put the ball in your best player's hands and let her go create some points. Smith now is coming up, looking to see if she would get set up. Play at the net. Here's Ross, deep. Saved up. Edwards takes it over. There was Yacht over Smith. Now they're going to set up Bree for the kill. Nice dig by Hadeen, protecting that back line. Over Smith. Edwards at the net. What a touch that time by Tabitha Johnson.
Yeah, caught the right front there, sleeping a little bit. Nice play there by Tabitha.
And this is the last thing we would have expected about 5 minutes ago as a timeout by Lake Cormorant. But Long Beach has found themselves here in the early moments of this second set, very similar to what we saw in the Class 1 when Lewisburg lost the first set to OLA, found themselves in a big way to take the second and the third sets. But we're seeing now much better volleyball. It took a little bit more than a set for the teams to settle in.
It did, and I think Long Beach sees what they need to do. They need to keep the ball in Brienne's hands, let her do with it, get it to her whenever they can, whether it's defense, offense, serving. Whenever she can get a chance, she needs the ball in her hands, and she responds well.
Lake Cormorant in their black jerseys and the hunter green. And then for Long Beach, they're in their maroon and white as we look into that Long Beach huddle. I'll say this for both teams. They've got the look. They passed the eye test. They're settled in from the way. They're not giving any tells emotionally.
No, they're keeping their composure. You can certainly see some excitement when they're making big plays, but they're not having the big letdown moment either of, oh, I want to go crawl in a hole and die somewhere. They're keeping their composure, which is very admirable.
Ross using the offhand to dig that time by Bree Smith. Edwards is up there forming a very formidable wall along the front. Nice job to keep it in play. Coming over that time was Starks.
She's a scrappy little girl. When we played them, she busted her chin open in the game, and she was back in there with a Band-Aid on her chin. I thought she needed stitches, but she doesn't want to come out of a game.
Got to be one of the best walls, one of the best roofs in the entire MHSAA. Edwards and Smith going up as a tandem.
For sure. That wouldn't be a block I'd want to hit through. You'd have to tip around it, especially if you have decent to no vertical like I do. You have to be smart and be strategic with your shot.
We can say we. You can say we. I played basketball. I quit growing about the 9th grade and had to give it up when I never met 6 feet. Stopped at 5'11 and a half inches.
Well, that's my height too.
And went into broadcasting. There is Smith on an error for her, a rarity. And we've got ourselves one that is locked up here in the second set. Lake Cormorant took the first one 25-17. As a serve that time coming from J.C. Yacht. Edwards had it sent right back into her chest.
Nice play there.
And there was nothing that the Gators could do with it.
That came from Tabitha Johnson, the smart play just to send it over on two in the hole where nobody was.
So the junior Yacht will get to do it again. Here's Starks. They'll send this one up for Edwards. Edwards looking deep. Hadeen goes wide on the return.
Edwards looking for real estate there to land the ball, and she almost found the court, but Heaton was able to get her hand on it.
Caldarelli's back in, and I think that the Bearcats need her. She's such a strong player. She can make it happen and be playing back, and that's an asset.
I think she wouldn't be out there if she didn't bring something to her team. I think as a senior, she can add leadership. She just needs to harness that strength in a little bit and keep it in bounds.
Now we'll see Kadia Ross on the serve. Long Beach needing this set after the Gators took the first. As that one goes wide, and the Gators get it right back.
Lake Cormorant got lucky there. They sent the overpass over and had it coming back down their throats. It just went a little bit wide.
As Edwards sends it across the return, and that one is just long. Just a split-second reaction by Jasmine Starks of knowing where she was on the floor and pulling those hands back in the nick of time.
It's a great trait for liberos, is to know where that line is and almost play limbo with the line, moving and letting it go out if it's out.
Limbo for the libero.
That's right.
You
like it, don't you?
Very well said. As we have another whistle.
Net violation from Lake Cormorant there.
It's not been the first. When you look at the players that are out there on the floor right now, and we've seen a lot of substitutions for both teams, you're very familiar, especially with Lake Cormorant. Who are some players that kind of go unnoticed that do all the little things for their teams?
I like Edwards for Lake Cormorant. She's the one that comes in there and blocks with Bree occasionally. And I like the setter, too, Tanner Lau. I think she brings a lot of composure to her team. She serves well. She's got some height when she's front row. I think she's a great setter and brings a lot of leadership to her team as a 10th grader.
Aaliyah Freitman on the serve. Hadeen's up at the net. They're going to set it up for her. It would have appeared, but no. Sending it over that time was Taylor Johnson. The touch back over by the Gators. As it seems like we're going to be into a good little volley here, back and forth. Another free ball. Hadeen towards the net, and again, great hands by Leah Richardson. Leah Richardson not going to try to compete with you like a Bree Smith does. She's just going to outthink you.
She is. She plays very smart. She plays within herself. That was an overpass she had a chance to swing on, and she did. So she did a good job there. I don't think she would take anything away from Bree. I think she just wants to add to Bree. So to further answer your question you just had about who adds to their team, I think she's another great example, as well as both liberos are just wonderful additions to their team. A lot of times the unsung hero, if you will. And I think that having a libero that's out there gives you that that help and that balance and serve, receive, and defense. You know they want the ball.
Bree laughing right there. That one just got away from her.
It did.
She was ready. She had it perfectly set up and just missed it.
She'd probably like to have that one back too, but at least you still see the smiles on the faces, and she's ready for the next one to come back to her.
As a nice play that time by Taylor Johnson off a deflection that found some open floor. And Long Beach feeling a little bit better about themselves. Down early, 5-0 in the second set. Lost the first set 25-17. Bree Smith finding the misdirection, so to speak, and finding an open spot to put it down.
Yeah, for a lot of players, that's a hard hit shot. For her, that's an off-speed shot. But she was able to land it where she wanted to down the line in zone 5.
As Long Beach able to get it back over, just barely. They're going to set it up, coming an attack from across the way. That was McDonald. Back with it, Taylor Johnson. And that worked out very well for the Lady Bearcats, who are up now by 3.
A lot of times it's tough for defenders to adjust to that when you have a left-handed player hitting from the outside. Usually they're playing from the right side, and a lot of times you have to shift your defense a little bit. So that was a good shot from Taylor.
On the serve now, Emily O'Connell. Bearcats trying to extend, trying to tie this up at one set apiece, and the ace.
Here's another chance where the libero can step in and do something to help her team, and that was a nice ace there from the libero.
She's got the gray jersey you see there. Going up Bree, going up strong, and is able to put it away. Trying to do anything she could that time was Emily O'Connell. And I wonder if Emily lost track of the line that time. Looked like that was going to be deep, but it would have been very close. Might have been right on the line.
It had some nice spin. I think she was smart to play that, but she's rubbing her elbow a little bit now. I don't know if that was from the hit or from hitting the floor, but she's rubbing it a little bit.
Nice play by McDonald. Coming up near the net, and just nothing she could do that time was Carolyn Edwards. So Long Beach, exactly what we thought we'd see. Coming back strong here in the second set. Hadeen back on the serve. She got this all started. It was
really
5-0. And I do apologize.
That may be a momentum changer for Long Beach.
Oh, my goodness. We're not supposed to have this much power, Coach. We're not supposed to.
Here comes Bree. Let's see what her serve will do here.
And we've been able to be so fortunate to see Bree and Hadeen go toe-to-toe so much here in this match so far. They're setting it up. Here comes Edwards for the kill.
Nice swing.
Hadeen now going to swing at it from deep and just about got it over. If she'd have gotten that one over the net by about another 3 or 4 inches, that'd have been tough to deal with.
It would have. She brings such power to the ball when she hits it. Smith back to serve again for the Gators.
Bree's serve has been the difference maker, I would say, overall in this match so far. It's been the biggest factor. She put so much spin on that volleyball.
Now she's playing a little defense to go with it. She's got to play defense to stay out on the court.
You know, she'll do anything to stay out on the court.
That's right.
Another point for the Gators. And Bree Smith stays on serve.
Really closing the gap here, the Gators are on Bree's serve.
Bree goes up strong again. The dig by O'Connell. Set it up Hadeen. Free ball, though. This could set up well for the Gators. Bree just going to pop it over softly. Who's coming? It's Ross. And that one just mishit. And a break for the Lady Bearcats. When you're playing well, you get those breaks, and Bearcats have been much improved here in the second set, trying to tie this up at 1 set apiece. Ross again. Comes over, and that one that ball had eyes.
It landed right between two players, and each of them thought the other one was going to play it. That's why communication is so important in the game of volleyball. The lefty asking for it here.
She goes up and is able to put it away that time. Emily Justice, the sophomore, as she comes out and replaced by Rachel O'Halloran. And O'Halloran going to be on the serve.
The Gators are running a 6-2 offense with O'Halloran running the setter when she comes in, and Justice playing the right front when that spot is on the front row. So you'll see two setters working for the Gators.
Unforced error for the Lady Bearcats, and by Ross, something we haven't seen in a while. It's back, though, all of a sudden that this set is up for grabs.
It really is. Now it's just a race to the finish to see who wants it worse.
You have to win by 2. We're heading to 25. The serve wide, and that was a fortuitous serve for Long Beach. Kadia Ross on the serve now for the Bearcats. Setting things up, going up. Pretty good placement that time by Richardson. Bearcats respond though. Stark takes it all the way back over. Chance for the Bearcats, going up strong. That was Tabitha Johnson.
The Gators look to push here. It's kind of a battle of everybody else right now. You've got your stars on the back row or on the bench. They're trying to see who can come through now when they're on the back row or out of the game. Nice shot there from number 7.
Again, that was Taylor Johnson. 2-point set, 22-20 as you see. It's interesting right now. Hadeen back up front. The way the rotations have fallen looks good right now for the Bearcats. Want to take advantage right here. Aaliyah Freitman.
I believe we've got one more rotation before Brianna comes back in. So, yes, they definitely want to push here.
They're able to take advantage, put up their 23rd point, and thus the timeout by the Gators. There's a lot of things that have gotten better for both teams, obviously, here in the second set. But in your opinion, let's give the best improvement for both teams here in set 2.
I think just the ball control on the Long Beach side of it has improved drastically. At first it was like, oh, please don't let the ball come to me. And now they seem confident when they get the ball. They put it in the right position, and they're able to swing and hit. That's the key here. Who is going to swing and hit more, or who is just going to keep the ball in play and free ball it over? Because ultimately, you're not going to win many games if you just free ball it, free ball it, free ball. You've got to be the aggressor, and when you have an opportunity to set and hit, swing and hit first.
So again, we're going to see Aaliyah Freitman, the sophomore defensive specialist, on the serve, but it means Hadeen's up at the net. Freitman the serve. Lake Cormorant sets it up, and just a little bit strong. Got too close to the net that time for Tanner Lau to have much of a play, and here is set point. Freitman wants to seal the deal right here. Across, going up Richardson for the touch. Hadeen sent it right back to her. Edwards kept it alive though. Freitman coming up is O'Connell.
Nice swing from her.
Here comes across now deep. That was deep by Edwards. And that is your set. Long Beach bounces back. And I would say as advertised, looking for their three-peat. So a 25-20 in this second set. And so now we get a chance to kind of go back and talk about it here, Allison. Two polar opposite sets. A first set, as you touched on just a couple of minutes ago, of nerves, of nobody wanting to step up and kind of, I guess, put themselves that early into the moment and take that responsibility. But after some very quick thoughts about it, I guess, and thoughts from their coaches, then they were able to bounce back and settle in.
I think they just took a deep breath. They started to play within themselves, and they're serving tough now. They're keeping the ball in play, cutting the unforced errors, and just putting the ball in Brienne's hands and let her do something with it when she gets a chance. So that's their strength, is to go every play they can through her and to take advantage when Brianna Smith is on the back row, as they just did there to finish out game 2. She was out. They couldn't let a side out happen, or she would have been back in the game. And they really took advantage of that opportunity to push through with her out of the game.
We're going to jump to break. You're watching the MHSAA Network's exclusive coverage of the Class 2A Volleyball Championship. We're tied at a set apiece. Back in a moment.
It's the battle of the side.
Back here at Mississippi College, it's the Class 2 Volleyball Championship here on the MHSAA Network, powered by Play On Sports. 25-17, first set win for Lake Cormorant. And then Long Beach bounces back, takes set 2, 25-20. Josh Wessel alongside Allison Burchett. So glad to have all of these championships brought to you here on the network. And again, these two teams just trading blows, and some interesting stats you had between Brianna Smith and also Brianne Hadeen, just the stars of their teams really showing out in these first two sets.
They really are. I mean, we've got Brianna with the 9 and Brianne with 8. So very balanced. I think Brianne really came and stepped it up in set 2 there, but we'll see. Of course, Brianna was out a lot of game 2 when Brianne was trying to make her push, as she does right there again. So the stars are coming to play. It's the supporting cast, which one is going to step up and really balance out for the win of the match.
You're right. Hadeen gets that 9th kill, so each with 9 kills now. And again, going up strong.
And I think they called Hadeen in the net there.
The net, yes. 2-1 at the start. Emily Justice back in for the Gators. Up there was Smith at the net. Serve coming across from Lau. Going up strong is Bree. But do they call the net? They're calling the net. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I missed that one. I don't know what they saw. I saw the referee hold up 2 fingers. I don't know if she thought that somehow she got it twice there. I missed that one. Looked like a dominant play at the net to me.
I saw the 2 fingers from both hands for the player that committed, I believe, in the net, but Bree goes right back and answers.
Oh, and you're right. It may have been a net call because her number is 22. That makes more sense now than the net, the double contact. But they get it right back, so it doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Hadeen bringing it across, but deep, much to the delight of Jasmine Starks. It's kind of a race to get to the huddle to lead the cheers with this team. They've got a lot of positive energy.
They really do, and they bring a lot of energy to their cheers, and I think that really keeps them up, keeps the momentum on their side. A great serve there.
And that wiped out Ross and Freightman, which is saying a lot. Those 2 players have been so solid. Reagan McDonald on the serve for the Gators here in set 3. We're tied at a set apiece. We played at 25. You must win by 2. If it goes to a 5th set as it did in Class 1, we played a 15.
Like Cormorant off to a quick start here, pushing on Reagan's serve. They're doing a good job of keeping the momentum on their side with the aggressive serves. As I once again jinx the server with my commentary, but they've done a good job up until this point keeping the momentum on their side.
And Coach, you admitted the superstition grows with every year of your coaching.
It does. You got to cross your legs a certain way. You got to wear the right shoes. You got to do your part as the coach too. And certainly you don't want to say good things about your server when they're serving.
As these two teams volley back and forth, that one a little too strong. And so it'll be Hadeen again on the serve. We're knotted up at 5 here in set 3. That one, though, into the net. So again, this is the matchup. After the Hadeen serve, we see the Bree Smith serve. They get to go toe-to-toe on the serve, which can have some really dramatic swings depending on how it's played.
Correct. You saw the service there. Let's see what Bree does. Bree lands the ace. So you can kind of see how things work when it's back-to-back like that.
Great effort, though, by Emily O'Connell. Let's take nothing away from the effort.
Great hustle.
She did all she could.
Yeah, that was just a good serve.
And she needed those very nice cushiony knee pads. Diving after that one.
She got her money's worth with them that time.
On the dig, Yacht. Hadeen will punch it across. Now Smith from deep will just have to play it up. So a free ball opportunity here. Poor communication gives away an opportunity for the Bearcats. Now the Gators find an open spot. Well, right now, on that particular point, Long Beach was just out of sorts. They got out of position and couldn't really communicate to get back.
They didn't. They never got into their base defensive spots, and they're just kind of out of sorts, and you could tell by their body language. And that was a great shot by Carolyn Edwards there to land it right in the hole where everybody was kind of congregating to.
Well, we would think that tied at a set apiece, that the third set would be so vital. It is, but OLA overcame Lewisburg, losing the second and the third in the Class 1 championship.
Certainly, and they came back. They had a never say die attitude, and they just put themselves in position to play one more game at the end. So let's see. It'll be interesting to see if they keep pushing here on Brianna Smith's serve, and what a great serve it is.
Bree Smith, I don't think she wants to let go of that volleyball. Her team now up by 4. This one right to Hadeen, and that one doesn't come back. Another ace. Bree Smith, pleasure to watch. Just a junior, which is very impressive, and a
Much to
timeout for the
the
Bearcats.
chagrin of all of the other DeSoto County coaches that have to face her every year. So but she's definitely a star player, and her teammates depend on her, and she comes through in the clutch. So that's what you're looking for out of your leaders and your star players.
When you flustered her at all, when she'd have a rough patch, I mean, a great player like her, you're going to have to contain her. You're not going to be able to completely shut her down, shut her out. But when you had some success against the Gators and against her, what were you able to do?
We have a really good blocker that was able to get up and penetrate the net and put some of the balls back on her side, which, as you could see with Hadeen here doing it some, how much it can take you out of your game. Then you start to think, uh-oh, how do I get it around the block? And as soon as you can kind of get in the hitter's head, you've got the advantage. So we were very fortunate to have a blocker that was able to block her some as well.
It's 10-5 now. Gators on top by 5. Set 3, we're tied at a set apiece.
Nice pass by Hadeen.
Going up is Yacht. Smith keeps it alive near the net. Going up with the right hand, Justice.
Oh, great dig again by Brienne.
Hadeen keeping the Bearcats in play. Richardson sends it across. Hadeen now plays it back towards the middle. Lost the touch. And now Edwards, better communication, and that is the result.
That's just, I mean, you thought she was going to pass it being out of position, but you forget she's left-handed, and she just comes out of nowhere and drops the ball into play. That was a great shot there by Justice.
Crowd continues to fill in this afternoon, so glad you're with us here at the A.E. Wood Coliseum. This is the big house of Mississippi High School volleyball on the beautiful campus of Mississippi College. Here comes Bree Smith again. Long Beach got to keep Lake Cormorant in shouting distance, and the Gators trying to spread it out a little bit. And that time, again, we're just, Allison, we just said how much better the communication was. And then that time they just were a little bit out of position.
Well, the setter was trying to get through. She got stopped by a body in the way and was not able to yell the word help so somebody else could help her out. So it wasn't a matter of not knowing who was going to get there. The setter was trying to get there. She just wasn't able to get around her own teammate.
Right, and I think the word we're looking for, too, is that whichever team can find the consistency. That's the word. If any one of these teams can settle into a consistent rhythm. We're seeing flashes from both teams, run from both teams as Edwards goes up and finishes strong. But whoever can really settle in consistently will be really looking good.
I think you're right there. Consistency is the key, and finding the right chemistry, the right blend of where you need to go with the ball and who's going to get the ball up on defense and who's going to block the ball. As soon as you can find that, I think that you'll have more success.
These teams both with depth. As that one played up and nobody home.
Right, again, the setter not able to get there and nobody able to help her out.
As back on the serve now again is Kadia Ross. Edwards trying to go up and finish and jumped a little too far out. Thought she was a little closer to the net. Looking for the touch over for the kill and couldn't get it. So now this is that Long Beach run that the Lady Bearcats needed. Ross across.
Rhyming words. Very good. Oh, just barely. Almost went over.
And you see the frustration from Edwards in a timeout for the Gators. 12-10, and just when you think that the Gators were going to seize control, here comes Long Beach going back to at the beginning part of the second set. Long Beach had dropped the first set. We're down 5-0, and the Lady Bearcats came storming back. So it's tough to get a gauge on where this match is going right now. And I think that's why both coaches know that if they can just get a set and a half run where they can put everything together, then they're going to be able to really be in a great shape to win the match.
Yeah, I think looking now at the score 12-10, you want to have a little bit of separation. I like the 5 to 6 point separation. You can start to breathe again as a coach and a player. So I think if anybody can get that 5 or 6 point separation here, you'll see a little more of a run.
Kadia Ross to serve.
Nice short serve from Ross.
McDonald coming up, but couldn't keep it alive enough for the Gators to make a play. It'll stay in the hands of Ross. And Long Beach, just like this, is back in it. It's been the serve of Ross. Here's
free
start.
Ball here. Let's see if Long Beach can use this free ball to their advantage.
Trying to go deep that time was Ross. And did a nice touch over the top for the Gators.
That was Lau from the right side there, able to land that shot. It's good for her to have a little success on the front row. She's a setter when she's on the back row, but she has yet to have much success from the right side.
Serve comes across from Edwards. Now McDonald going deep. Dig by O'Connell. They'll set it up. Coming with the left hand. That time was Johnson. Volleying around. Long Beach staying on the attack. Kadeen.
She put such top spin on the ball. Gets that left elbow up. Able to put a lot of spin on it. Net violation by Long Beach. It's interesting to look across the gym and you see the Our Lady Academy fans also wearing maroon like Long Beach, cheering for their coast friends there. And I think that's neat to see the camaraderie between the different area schools cheering for other schools, but they have the same school color, so they kind of blend in together.
Even down on the coast, Picayune has the same colors. It must be the maroon and the white must be the colors of the coast.
They must all be state fans down. I guess they're Mississippi State fans down on the coast.
Well, we got to claim a lot of the Southern Miss fans down there on that Gulf Coast as well.
That's true.
At the net, Richardson touches it over and puts it away. She makes the most of her opportunities. Maybe her opportunities a little more limited, but when she's in there, she takes full advantage.
She does. She gets it done. That's what you want from your other middle blocker.
Caldarelli keeping it alive. The libero sending it across, and O'Connell coming in. McDonald late. Hadeen taps it up. Again, the left hand. Edwards. Stark saves it near the net. No play to be made.
But Richards very technically sound. She might not have the vertical or the size that the other middles have, but you're right. She does get it done when she has her opportunities. Very technical and very well coached.
That's that player we were talking about earlier. Who's that player people don't talk about a lot? I think Richardson is answering that question emphatically.
Sure.
Hadeen right into the grill of McDonald. Here's O'Halloran and the Gators going back to work, but long. And so Long Beach down only 2. And Freitman to serve.
They're staying within reach, which is what you want as a coach.
Starks across. Hadeen goes up strong, and one of the most powerful kills of the game for her and for the Lady Bearcats.
Well, she's able to capitalize there with no blocker up and able just to slam it straight down.
Gators ready to get Smith back in. McDonald. They'll set it back up for her, coming from the side. Good job to dig it out right back to McDonald. Going up Richardson, and she put it away.
Very good once again from Leah Richardson.
Richardson comes in. It seems like her time could be somewhat brief, but she comes in. She's had, 4 points, directly hers. 4 kills. This one up near the net, got into the net. And so that'll give a point and the serve right back to the Gators. And here comes Jasmine Stark. She's been good on the serve as well for the Gators, who are up 3.
She's good at serving her zone. She can serve short, she can serve deep, and that's a great asset to have.
Starks plays it back strong. Edwards. That one just out, just a bit deep.
Just a bit outside, if we were baseball people.
We're referencing, is that Major League, the movie Major League, I think? One of the classics, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up with the left hand again is Johnson. There's Hadeen. Can they set it up for her? Going up strong, right over Smith, and she's able to put it away. Strong play by Hadeen.
Great angle shot to the right, trying to go around the double block of Lake Cormorant. Excellent job of going over to the right side, which is not a normal shot for a right-handed middle hitter.
Starks brings it back across the net. Freitman keeps it in play. The left hand of Johnson again. But this time,
it's a battle of the lefties. We have the other lefty from Lake Cormorant coming back in the game, so we'll see here which lefty can win the left-handed war here.
Going up was Lau, right at the net. Long Beach trying to get it over. They do just barely. Edwards to Freitman. Strong shot from O'Connell, but deep. And right now, 19-16. Gators getting close. So Long Beach has got to stay close.
Nice jump float serve from Lau.
Coming up, Hadeen runs over her own player. Strong is Bree. Little tap the other way, almost a backhand tap by Smith. Long Beach saves. Bree wants to go strong. That one off the deflection. Scores.
Had a little help from the net there. Assist net to change the direction of the ball, because I think it may have gone out had it not touched the net. So that was a lucky break for her.
20-16. Has this one deep. Going up, Freightman just gets it across and able to get the finish. And Long Beach not going to go away though, just down 3. As on the serve, O'Connell. McDonald now back to Starks. Hadeen sets it up to get it back. And to finish, she does.
And I would certainly give it right back to her.
She's not going to miss too many of those.
Nope, she's not. She's an excellent player, and she's going to take advantage when she gets an opportunity that good.
Emily O'Connell has been good on the serve. She was in that last set for Long Beach. McDonald coming across Starks. Nice play by Freightman. Coming across, Starks sets it up high. Bree going up strong, and that one just got right into Freightman's body. And I don't know, I think that might have jammed a finger a little bit.
Yeah, either that or it got her in the stomach. I can't tell which.
Got her right thumb.
Ouch.
Got her right in the right thumb, and she's in tears as she comes off the field. That jammed her right in her hand. She tried to get her hand up and couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't believe I'd go up with my hands to dig many of Brianna Smith's balls. She just hits it way too hard.
3-point set. Going deep was Ross, and that one gets a point for the Bearcats.
She's grinning there. I think she realizes she hit that one a little bit too hard and caught a break there. Ross is grinning.
Nobody's wanting to give at all, which is what we'll see all day. We'll see little inconsistent patterns, but nobody's folding. Too much resolve in these teams. Makes these championships so special. Smith barely found a way to get it across. Right back to Ross, but she ran into a wall.
She did.
Named Bree Smith, and also Emily Justice was right there as well. Whether it's Smith and Edwards, Smith and Justice, if they go up in tandem, it's nearly impossible.
It is. You're going to have to really get up high or be strategic with your shot to get it through those blocks. Justice played JV middle for him, so she's got lots of experience blocking. When we played them in JV matches, we saw her playing out of the middle.
This is the moment that Lake Cormorant needs to seize with Smith on the serve, 2 points away from this third set. If Long Beach can get it away and get it out of Smith's hands, they got a shot.
They do, because she'll rotate out of the game, and then you'll have 3 rotations with her out.
Smith knows that, playing some good defense, but what a play at the net. Maybe a little unexpected that time for Tabitha Johnson to go up strong like she did and send Smith out.
She did. She went up. She took the ball out of the other player's hands, and she was the aggressor that time.
J.C. Yacht gets an ace. Here we go. Allison, we called it. You could see it setting up. You felt like that the opportunity was there for Smith to see. She didn't. They've opened the door. They've cracked it for Long Beach here in this third set.
They've got good serving going for Long Beach. We'll see if they can capitalize on Smith being out of the game.
Hadeen back there is tough to get one in front of.
She is. She's a long, rangy kid that can touch a lot of balls. Great left-handed hit there from Justice.
Maybe the great equalizer, Emily Justice. It just doesn't look right that she's hitting it with that other hand. It's throwing everybody off for the Lady Bearcats.
She's doing a good job, too, of being that role player that fills her niche.
Set point coming up here for the Gators. Trying to take a 2-1 lead. Heading to the fourth set. Starks keeps it in play. So they set it up for Edwards. Edwards comes across and goes wide by about a foot. Was not as close as it might have looked when you might have thought when it left her hands. And so here comes Kadia Ross. Last chance right here for the Bearcats. Edwards wants to finish it, and she did. What a strong kill. And I think she knew where she wanted to go. Caldarelli, who has struggled today, and she went right at her and just caught her a little bit off guard. Strong play.
You almost thought it was Brianna Smith back out there again. She hit the ball so hard, Edwards did. A great hit from her out of the middle, too.
It's a 25-22 third set win for Lake Cormorant. Josh West alongside Allison Burchett. We're with you here at Mississippi College A.E. Wood Coliseum. As you see there on your screen, 2-1 lead for the Gators. We'll pause for just a moment here from the Class II Volleyball Championships. You're watching the MHSAA Network's coverage, powered by Play On Sports. Do your You're watching the MHSAA Network's exclusive coverage of the Class II Volleyball Championships, powered by Play On Sports. Josh West alongside Allison Burchett back here with you at Mississippi College. Boisterous crowd behind us cheering on their teams. They're up on their feet. They can really taste it from Lake Cormorant. Mark King and Sean back in the truck. Laura and Kevin down running the cameras. Got a great crew with us this afternoon here from Clinton, and we are so glad you were aboard for what could be another take-it-the-distance match, and that's how good these two teams are. Lake Cormorant, a team that's trying to stop a historical machine, a history-making machine. Long Beach looking for a three-peat, and so there's a lot of resolve in those young ladies in maroon and white, and so Lake Cormorant going to have to play their best set here in set 4 if they're going to want to close it out.
Yeah, Lake Cormorant knows all about winning 2 in a row, too. They've done it as well. So they want to take it away from Long Beach and bring the tradition back to Lake Cormorant. So they've both been there before. But as you can see with the boys across the way there with three-peat across their chests, you know what's in the mind of the Long Beach girls.
Yeah, it was a great shot by Kevin earlier to get those guys with their took the T-shirts off. I'm sure they walked through the gate with the T-shirt off and then shed them once they got in.
It's a little chilly for that outside today. I feel sorry for anybody doing that at a football game somewhere today.
Going up is Bree right off the bat and ran into Hadeen the roof at the net.
Explosive there. Both of them brought big-time power to their jump and their arm swing from Bree, but Hadeen won the battle there.
The kills are dead even at 17. Bree going to try to answer right back, though. Big-time dig. There'll be some bruises on some arms tomorrow.
I would think so, and we're not just talking forearms. They're getting their elbows and upper arms above the net there, so they're really getting the high above the net, high flyers.
I lost sight of Aaliyah Freightman in her rotation. Remember, she jammed her right thumb for Long Beach on a kill from Bree Smith. Goes right back to Lake Cormorant.
And here comes Justice. She's been the factor that's propelled Lake Cormorant to victory here. Let's see if she continues to do so.
The lucky lefty, can we say
The
that?
lucky lefty.
She's been good luck. Here is Hadeen just getting it in. Now that was sweet.
Very smart shot there to send that back to zone 5 where nobody was home.
It's 3-1 right now. Long Beach has come out and gotten off to the start they needed here in set 4.
The libero is back to serve Emily O'Connell.
On the tap, here comes setting up Smith. Smith went up strong.
Wow. All I can say to that is wow. She got up, she followed through, she contacted the ball high, and they didn't even get a touch on that ball.
Would you say that their cheers just a tad bit intimidating?
Just a little bit,
Just a wee
maybe.
bit? I mean, like gladiator style cheering. It's impressive as Hadeen goes up strong and had it put right back in her direction. Got redirected in a hurry by Bree. And so with McDonald back on the serve, here come the Gators again.
Yes, Edwards would say she had a part in that too there with that assist block.
She did again. This is the moment that they could really go on a run because look at that front line. Justice, Smith, and also Edwards. As Smith goes back, she just has that ability to get right back up. Gets up, kills it, goes down, goes back up, puts it back over, goes down, goes back up, and finally puts it
She
away.
looks like the Energizer Bunny. She never stops. Up, down, up, down. And with all the pink she's got on with her green and black, she might be confused as the Energizer Bunny. Here comes Justice.
With the left hand. It literally, I know it's not the case with Tabitha Johnson, who had really no play. It was such a good play by Justice. But it looks like when the play's made by Justice, they blink because it looks so foreign to them coming from the opposite side of the body.
It does look unorthodox, but I guess if you're a lefty, that looks pretty normal.
Nice job by Hadeen to keep it in play for the Bearcats. This one goes deep, just got off the hands, misplayed a little bit that time by Carolyn Edwards. And that, for the moment, stops the charge by the Gators, who are up 2-1 here in set 4. And so here comes the serve by Hadeen, and Hadeen gets the ace.
Like another great top spin serve for her, and just gets it through the front line, between the front line and the back line, and lets it drop.
So Hadeen will try it again. Try to put the Bearcats on the move.
Stark says, not this time.
Nice dig by Hadeen. Has to get it over and does the miracle right there. Starks can't believe it.
She expected her front row player, Justice, to play that. Emily wanted the more talented back row player, Starks, to play it, and it was a case of nobody plays it.
Bree sends it up. Free ball opportunity here. Who's going to go get it? And going up and getting it and sending it over, Tabitha Johnson. Tabitha Johnson has come on strong. We're starting to call her name a little bit more.
She's hitting the other side, taking out the setter on the other side of the net pretty well, hitting to zone 1.
Long Beach looking for a little breathing room and another ace. Who do you give the edge to in the service department with Bree Smith and Hadeen? They're both so good and so effective as we get a timeout on the floor.
They both have good top spin serves. Brianna uses the jump serve, so that may take a little bit because you're kind of intimidated with all her energy coming forward, and that may give her a little more power. But they're both very, very effective. Less chance of error when you don't jump and do the jump serve. So, again, both very good. But if I were a serve receiver, I'd much rather see the girl staying down than the one running and jumping at me because you kind of get lost in the motion sometimes.
8-5, Long Beach down 2-1 to Lake Cormorant. They need something to happen right here. As Hadeen continues with this very good serve. Setting it up for Ross.
Nice up there by Starks.
Now here comes Edwards running in. Puts it away.
Very good energy from Edwards on the outside. She again wanted the ball, and she was ready when it was set to her.
I like what I'm seeing. The Gators, a sense of urgency. Even though they're up 2-1, they get an opportunity on a free ball. They're attacking strong, and it's only been the very good wall up at the net that has prevented them from really getting out to a nice start here in the fourth set.
Exactly. And I think when they get the opportunity, they're smart to take advantage of it. Push while you can, because you never know what might happen, and Hadeen may get on a run or somebody else may get on a run. So always want to strike while the iron's hot.
That was an eye-opener. Literally, first time that we've seen the Bearcats have an answer for justice. Here comes in Edwards wanting to tap it over and did it perfectly.
She did. She saw she didn't have a right side blocker and just went right over the top of the spot that she was standing in.
Anybody's set here in set 4. Headed to 25. If it goes to a winner-take-all set 5, it would be a 15-point set. Hadeen, nice play. Has to send it across. Starks is there as well. Here comes Edwards in. And Hadeen wanted to try to get a call.
Ah, yes, she said it touched the antenna, and it did.
Okay, so they were able to get the appeal, and they did. They waited on the call. They make the appeal. They appeal across, it would appear, to try to get the call.
It looked like it was Hadeen motioning to the down official that it was outside the antenna.
Hadeen motioned. She went to see the appeal, so to speak, and that was upheld. You don't see that very often, do you?
You don't. Usually you wait for the ball to be dead. You play it out first, and then you might go question it. But this official was right on it. She knew, just like the linesperson there knew that there was a touch.
And there was a touch there, barely by McDonald, trying to get out of the way late, but couldn't do it. And so mentally, this is a moment where the Gators have to gather. They feel like that's an opportunity just got away. They've got to not let any call get in their heads.
True, and now they're just trying to side out here and get the serve back on their side of the net.
Long Beach putting some distance between themselves and the Gators here in the fourth set, down 2-1. Going up strong was Edwards. Wherever she seems to move, she seems to make a play.
She does. She ended the last set, and she's hitting well again now.
Edwards now again. Pops it up. And there is, who else?
Leah Richardson.
She's just so smart.
She is, and that lands for a kill, even though she went up with two hands and what we call a sweep. You change the direction of the ball. It's just so strategic.
And it's just so effortless. She just makes it look so easy, and this is not an easy game.
It is not. It's all in your explosiveness and your timing and your quickness, and she just, as you said, makes it look very easy.
That's her 5th put away in this game, and just ho-hum.
Another day at the office.
Then she handles her business, and then she'll come over and grab a sip of water. And all of a sudden, a brand new set with Edwards on the serve. Here we go. 11-11 here in the fourth set. Edwards. There's Richardson again.
Probably not exactly how she would have drawn it up there, but she said, okay, we'll take it.
She's usually pretty stoic. Big old smile right there.
Her timing was a little bit off.
She said, what are you talking about? Allison, I meant to do that. That's exactly where I was going. She's not gonna admit anything.
No.
Long Beach now. A volley here, and Hadeen had no play. Came right into her body that time. And Lake Cormorant on quite the run. 6 unanswered.
And they're doing this all with Brianna Smith on the bench, so credit to the other teammates of Lake Cormorant.
Richardson, watch out. She's got the softest touch we have seen. To be honest, I don't know if she can believe it right now, because that's why she's smiling so big. That's 7 putaways for her, and maybe what could arguably be one of the games of her life, and the biggest game arguably of her life, and it's been fun to watch.
It's interesting to see her even at the timeout here. It's like, okay, can I have some water? I'm trying to do my job, but they're doing all of this with their star player on the bench. So such a credit to the team of Lake Cormorant. Not just an individual effort, but a team effort.
I didn't mean to stop your train of thought there, but you saw Aaliyah Freightman. I pointed her out. She just came by. She went with trainers. She's actually was wrapped down, iced down. I don't think we'll see her again in
No,
this.
she looked like she was out of business there.
7 points unanswered for Lake Cormorant. Believe it or not, Gator fans, your team's 11 points away from a championship.
It's so exciting. It's almost there. They just need to push a little bit more. But I think Long Beach will battle back a little bit here.
We will. I think we're going to see that pushback. And 14-11. But Edwards, with this serve, has gotten it done. But it's been Richardson up front that has been so effective, and a deep return. And again, that was Caldarelli, who has had 3 of those long today. It's tough now at this point to not let a little self-doubt creep in. Again, Richardson at the net. No answer right now for Richardson.
Nice serves here from Edwards. Let's see if she can keep going for the Gators.
It's 9 points in a row. Gators can taste it. Lady Bearcats need to get something to halt the momentum, and there it was. Nice play on cue by Taylor Johnson. She had read the script and studied up. I was just following.
She did. She brought her left hand, and she found the open spot on the Lake Cormorant side of the court.
Here's Edwards keeping it in play. Nice touch. Just able to bump it across with her fist that time. And this one gets deep, put away that time by Emily O'Connell. So here's the pushback that you called.
They've been around too long just to say we're done. I would expect a good bit of a push from Long Beach right here.
What a slam that time by Hadeen. Starks had no chance.
And look at Brianna over here. She's ready to run on, but then she had to sit back down. She's one spot away from being back on the floor. And she's ready. She's cheering on her teammates. But Long Beach hopes that she stays where she is.
Do you think Long Beach has to have a lead when she comes back in? Do they need 2 or 3, 4 more
I think
points
they
here in a
at
row?
least need to be within 1 or 2 to have a chance.
Richardson. Yes, ma'am.
She has the get her done mentality.
And comes off, ho-hum, 8 putaways in the game. That rotation on the floor, she had 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
She's been every bit as effective of the super athletic heavy hitters
She
today.
really has. She may not have the flair for the flamboyance, but all the points count the same.
Coming across, they keep it in play. Edwards just has to get it over now. Coming up, the left hand again from Taylor Johnson. Gators go across this time with Edwards. Long Beach got to play it over now. O'Connell. Now the chance to set up Bree. Bree going for the kill. Hadeen was there. And the Gators keep it alive. The net assist by Edwards, just like you draw it up.
I'm sure she expected just that outcome, too.
That was a maybe turning point in the entire match.
We'll see if they can push to 20 here on the serve of Starks.
You thought Hadeen had answered the mighty Smith, and then Edwards was there to back her up. Smith's going to get a chance for a repeat, and she put it away.
With authority there. Brought the power, brought the nice shot.
19-14. Gators have extended their lead. They are 6 points away from a championship. It was Caldarelli. Hadeen into the middle. Coming across was Taylor Johnson. And Smith had it just lobbed up perfectly.
And she's showing emotion there. That was a nice one set from her setter, and she was able to put it straight down.
That was an alley-oop in the game of
was.
volleyball right there.
It was a basketball alley-oop in volleyball.
I'm telling you, she's not the only player that we've seen today give her a basketball. Now we're seeing
An under the net violation. I don't even think it was on Bree. I think it may have been on the setter. So that's quite a break for Long Beach.
oh goodness, big turn of events. 20-14. Smith sends it over though. Now Hadeen trying to get the kill, couldn't. And then a miss hit.
So
An absolute miss hit.
Long Beach is still in it now, 20 to 15, I think, or 20 to 14.
20 to 15 right now.
Oh, no, we jumped up to, I think it's 15.
That would be, well,
16 on the scoreboard.
And it is 20 to 16. I would say that's right because
17. Nice block.
We had to get that point corrected.
That's true. Nice block there by Hadeen.
Excuse me, actually 19 to 16. 19 to 17 after that one. It's changing in
rapidly.
real time. We're correcting in real time as they're getting everything corrected here. Now, as soon as we take that 20 off of our scoreboard on the monitor, we put it right back up with Bree.
That was Bree Smith and Tanner Lau on the block.
Well, see, the difference in volleyball and maybe any other sport is that, you'd have an official or an umpire. They would get the scoreboard right before play continued. No, not in volleyball.
They're just playing through it. A lot of times you will if the official notices it.
That one never got up high enough for Taylor Johnson. And, Allison, do you get the feeling that if Gators pull this out, we're not going to be able to hear ourselves think in about 4 points?
I think it'll be hard to hear us. We'll have to have the microphones all the way in our mouths to be able to hear us over this loud crowd behind us.
Hadeen trying to keep Long Beach's chances alive. Hadeen goes up strong and is able to get the kill. A 3-point set 4 with Lake Cormorant up 2-1. Starks plays it up. Here comes Bree. Hadeen was there to match her, though.
She was all the way over the net, sealing the net. That was a great block. Bree really had nowhere to go.
So much athleticism. Hadeen maybe just a touch less athletic than Bree, but longer. So she can go up and over a little bit more. That time, though, Gators sees momentum right back. Long Beach just can't sustain enough to knot it up. And we are rapidly moving towards either a 5th set or the finish line. As that one.
Yeah, 2 service errors there. I think you could attribute that to nerves here at the end. But I don't think there'll be a service error here.
Toe-to-toe. Hadeen needing to finish it out to get to a 5th set. She gets one. It's a 1-point set 4 as McDonald will check in, replacing Caitlin Lewis. 22-21. The interesting thing is, if Hadeen doesn't close out, Bree Smith gets the serve.
Correct.
Here we go.
Nice serve.
Starks, they tap it up. Not much Bree could do with that one, except send it back over. A free ball. Shot coming in. Starks able to play it. Now Starks got to send it over. What will Long Beach do? They'll set up Ross. And for the point to tie it. Now, got to win by 2. We're knotted up at 22, and we've got a timeout on the floor. How about this one?
Great one. A great comeback by Long Beach. Do or die attitude. And forces the timeout here by Christina Stevens and the Lake Cormorant Gators. Let's see which coach can rally their team to get the focus back at the task at hand, which is to close out game 4 here.
And let's not lose sight of what a culmination of so much hard work that is put in. It's not like you can go back anymore and go back to a certain date and say, well, we began here with our conditioning, or we began here with this or that or whatever. Well, I guess you can. For your team, it will begin on Monday. It's a 12-month thing. But again, it's so much energy, effort put into it in preparation that everything will be laid out on the line here over the next however long this match goes.
Sure, I mean, it's a year-round effort now. We saw Lake Cormorant in June. We were playing summer league games against each other. So it's not like you take the summer off anymore. Oh, we'll come back and play volleyball in August. I mean, you're playing throughout the school year. A lot of them are playing club ball, and then they're trying to get to this point in October when you're playing from the big gold ball.
Knotted up. Brand new set. Who can get to 3 points quicker and win by 2? Breen nearly able to put it away, and it finally ricochets out of bounds on the far sidelines. And Richardson's in with the serve of Bree Smith. This is who you want with the ball in her hands in this situation with a championship on the line.
For sure, and Jasmine Starks is happy to be the cheerleader over here while Bree stays out on the floor and finishes out the match.
And that one essentially an ace. And they are tasting it now. Starks turning back, holding up her right index finger, pointing the number 1 to her stands. They're holding up one more. This is match point right here for the Gators. And they've got it in Bree Smith's hand. She can taste it. She sends it deep, though, by about 6 inches.
A little too much adrenaline there, maybe.
Talk about dodging one. So this is still match point. The Gators win it, they win. Edwards over. Long Beach keeps it alive. If they tie it, we have to win by 2. Edwards goes up, strong. Long Beach keeps it alive. Free ball over. They play it up. Smith's on the bench. Edwards for the win, no deep. We're tied. Now it goes to essentially tiebreakers. You got to win by 2. Now it gets really interesting.
It does, and it's just key here to keep your composure. Try to win with what got you here. Don't try to do anything special. On this play right here, you just want to keep it in play, keep the momentum on your side of the net.
Free ball opportunity. Starks, they'll play it up for Edwards. She'll tap it over. Great hustle play by Long Beach. Ross will tap it over. McDonald towards the net. Here comes Edwards flying in again, the kill. And again, the Gators 1 point away.
I think it's key there that Edwards came back. She wanted the ball again after hitting the last one out. That's the true sign of a winner, is you want the ball when it's clutch.
Rachel O'Halloran coming in is what I wanted to say, but finish your thought there.
Now the third match point for Lake Cormorant. Let's see if they can push through here.
Comes in with the ball in her hands. That was Lau. Ross got it across. Well, you can cut the tension with a knife here.
Hearing lots of play smarts from the crowd.
Well, you feel bad for the parents. Here comes Edwards again. So close. What a dig by the star, Hadeen, who had to play it across. Now the Gators on their heels. Edwards the play. This one put away, and the Gators have won it. The Gators have won it 26-24 to take this in 4 sets. And the emotion that you see from the Gators is priceless.
It is. You see the Brianna Smith obviously hugging the manager type player there. I mean, it's just sweet to see it through their eyes, and it's tough to see it from a Long Beach perspective.
Boy, you just see the tears of joy because, again, so much work put into it, and then now you see the sportsmanship as well. You hear this crowd, boy, did they travel in force to support this Gator team. It is fun. Well, we're going to put the wrap on this one as we look ahead to what is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us because we're going to have DeSoto Central and Ocean Springs Class 3. The schools get bigger. The pool of talent you can draw from grows with every classification you go from, and it just keeps getting better and better and better and building to a crescendo in our next one. Again, I want to say a special thanks to everybody back in the truck, Mark and Sean, Kevin and Laura on the cameras, and to my partner, Allison, for a great job here in this one. You see the final score, Lake Cormorant in 4 sets, 3-1. Again, for Allison, I'm Josh West. You've been watching the Class 2 Volleyball Championships on the MHSAA Network, powered by Play On Sports. Third and final game coming up in just a moment.
Congratulations, Coach Stevens and her team. In addition to the gold ball, championship banner, compliments of Farm Bureau Insurance,